When I first started cooking as a teenager, my parents asked me what I wanted for Christmas. When I told them a pasta maker, they were surprised, but they've been benefiting from it ever since. So stick around on this episode of Cook This. I'm making homemade pasta. Hey guys, I'm Shereen with Cook This. Today we're making homemade pasta. Wait until you see just how easy this is. 3 ingredients to make pasta and how quickly it comes together. So in our food processor, first thing you want to add is your flour. So this is just regular all-purpose flour. You want a little bit of salt. There's 2 eggs there. We want 3 eggs. So there's our last egg. There's our 3 ingredients. And then put the lid on. Now we don't want to overwork the dough because we want a nice tender pasta. So once it comes together and wraps around in a ball, we're done. Just cut the power. So you want to drizzle your cold water. Once it whips into a ball, done. Just cut the power. Usually about 2 tablespoons does the trick. Now we just want the dough to rest. So you could make this up to 4 days ahead, 3-4 days ahead. So the main important thing, you just want to wrap it in saran wrap. That way a skin doesn't form, and stick it into the refrigerator and just let it rest. Our dough has rested. So the great part about this is you could do this in advance, but you saw how pretty easy it was, right? All right, so while you're working, I'm just going to divide this dough ball into 4 and then into 3 different pieces. So we're going to work with a small piece of dough at a time. And then you just want to keep a nice sort of lightly dusted floured surface. It's pretty sticky. And then just keep it covered as you work. So we have the flat roller, or otherwise if you were to make lasagna, this is the perfect roller. We're going to start off on number 1 and then just sort of knead it through. This is on number 1, so this is actually the kneading process. You just want to, if you feel it getting a little sticky, you just want to lightly dust it with flour, pull it through, fold it in half. So you want to do that about 8 times. All right, I think we're ready. Last one. Okay. Now you just want to turn it to number 2. And we're going to roll it through and fold it 2 times each time. So pull it through, fold it in half, pull it through again, fold it in half, and then go to number 3. And we'll continue until number 8. As you're working, what I like to do is dry out the pasta ever so slightly, not too much. Keep your kitchen towel on hand because you want to cover it periodically. You don't want it to crack. But as you're working, I will get all my lasagna noodles in a row, dry them out just a little bit on a floured parchment paper, and then, now we've changed our dial to our fettuccine. Now we're gonna make fettuccine. Pretty easy, right? So just lightly dust your fettuccine with flour and then shake off all the excess. So that way none of the noodles stick together. So I'm going to continue and make the rest of the pasta dough. That's the last pasta. So now you just want to take your kitchen towel, place it right over top. I'm going to place this into the refrigerator until I'm ready to cook it, or you can actually put it in the freezer and freeze it for up to a month. So that way you always have homemade pasta. Pasta's ready. So I like to just drain it and then cook it in the actual marinara for about a minute. That way it can absorb and marry the sauce right into the noodles. That's what makes a great pasta. This looks so good. Ah, come on, nothing better on a Sunday than the smell of macaroni in the air. My Nana, she called it macaroni. Any pasta was macaroni. Now we gotta taste it. Get your family, get in the kitchen, make pasta with them this weekend. Something tells me they will love you for it. We need a little basil and always Parmigiano Reggiano. I'm just gonna tear the leaves right on top. We need some Parmesan right over the top, some pepper seeds. Enjoy this. Go to the newspaper's website, look up this recipe, make it with your family this weekend. Something tells me they're gonna love you for it. Enjoy. So tender.